got it for 90, and I had it for like 4 years with 2 people, and then I had to come up with like take it out of their hands and just put it in my name. So whatever I between the two, it's like 90. I own it right now, like 92, something like that. I own it.
Yeah, I'm outside of it now. Okay, I see what you're talking about. It is open. Make sure it's in spotted. Hello? Is anyone here? Yeah. Probably could just board it up or something. You never know. You might have.
Yeah, I just go in. If there's something wrong, I'll just go down there and fix it and leave.
Yeah, we don't want random people.
Yeah, I had that apartment brand new was over there.
Oh yeah, it's definitely open. Not sure. You live here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Alright.
What are you
Because
looking
I'm
for?
looking at the house. I'm on the phone with the owner now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're
But,
looking out.
What's
You're
that?
looking out or?
Nah, I just wanted to know if it was anybody in here, but I guess it is. You live here?
Yeah.
Okay, just you?
Yeah. And my other friend.
Oh, okay. What's that? Yeah, upstairs unit. Okay, you're good.
You good? Okay, bye.
Oh yeah, it was just, yeah, this front door is open. It won't even shut. But just wanna let it go. Right. Okay.
That's right when the stuff hit.
So you're trying to at least walk away with a few grand.
I don't know. I mean, I'm so busy with my work that I don't have time to fix the places up.
Yeah.
You know, I can't even say that because I do. But I had a place burned down, I guess like 2 years ago, and then I got in a fight with the barrow, and they really broke my balls. They broke my balls, and I do the plumbing work down the barrow. Can you imagine? And I'm fighting with them.
Yeah.
And between that place, losing all the rent from that place, that wiped me out of it. And then them guys messed that whole apartment up there. I had that place pretty nice.
Yeah, it looked like it had some potential. I mean, it doesn't look too bad now. I mean, it looked like it could use some minor work, but it doesn't look like it's like a gut job. It's definitely not 80, 90.
It's just little stuff. Like if you get like outside needs work, I can't stand with this. Like if you go to my house don't do it. So if you go there, like some of the drywall needs concrete here, needs something that looks
Yeah,
like
well,
there.
it's a rental property though, so it's gonna depreciate, but it's not in any total bad. You priced it right. You can work something out on that. I'm not sure what the exact numbers are on what your mortgage is, but if we can finance it off you, we can definitely pay you a lot more. But if I were to buy that thing cash, it would definitely not be what it's listed for.
They just put it at that price.
Okay, just to see what kind of.
I would take what I owe on it.
Okay. Well,
because I don't like looking like that. Like that looks like that because they made it look like that, and then I had problems with the other place burning down, and then I had problems with the barrel fixing that place up. So I'm losing all that rent, and I'm paying the mortgages and insurance, and everything. It's sat for over 2 years. So all the money I'm getting, it's all going towards there. make any money to put back into the properties because I never even kept the money I made. I just always put it back into the properties.
Right.
So it don't take long. For 3 years, I'm not working on that place. That's why it looks like the way it looks right now. I always use the money to put back into the properties. Because I have a job, I don't need to live off the rental properties, you know?
Right.
So I always put the money right back into the place.
Okay.
For you figure for 2.5 years, whatever the place would make, they dump it back in the air street. That's why everything got so screwed up. And so now that everything's starting to get back to normal, I'm like, if I have to fix this place up, then I ain't selling it. But if I sell it, then I'm trying to get a good, if I can get any money for it, or get my money back, then I'm done with it. That's all.
All right. Well, if you can find out what you owe left on it, if you can get a payoff statement.
I know between 90 and 92. That's all I know. It's in there. It's not going to be less. It's not going to be more than in between 90 and 92. I know that to be right. So that's where I'm sitting at.
Okay. Well, just from the little peek that I had, I don't think it needs that much work, so I don't think I would have to put too much into it. But the outside, I touch it up a little bit. Between 90 and 92, I definitely wouldn't want you to have to come out of pocket at closing, so I would cover that, and then I would try to, if possible, put something in your pocket at least, so you're not just selling it for nothing. You at least get something from it. But what's the second place lien for? Is that like a mechanics lien or something? Oh, you said a home equity line?
Yeah, I had when I first bought it, we bought it with partners.
Oh, okay.
I think we bought it for like 90,000, 92, 95, something in there. And then we had it for like 3 or 4 years, and then I had to buy the loan out, and they wanted $35,000 down payment on the 95,000. I think my mortgage is like 50,000. For me to take the mortgage over, I had to use my equity line to make the down payment.
Oh, okay. Okay.
To make my loan, like my loans right now is 40. It's like 47.50 I owe on it, but I don't owe that on it. You got to take my equity line and add that to the 50,000.
Right. Gotcha.
And then that makes it like 90 something. Like we bought it for. I originally bought it for.
Okay.
I only had it with partners for like 3 years, and I had to buy it out. And then the way the bank would give me a loan is if I came up with like almost more than half, like more than half of what it was owed on it. I had it in an equity line, so it didn't matter. So I just used the equity line to get out of the partnership.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm definitely gonna run some numbers and see if I can figure something out. But
Just call her.
But you definitely wanna let it go though.
Yeah, because if I start fixing it up, then it'd be stupid to sell it.
Right.
And then that's at the point where it just needs to work. I gotta start, because the other place like I said, the place on Air Street caught on fire, and then it sat for 2 years, and I finally got it. Now it's rented out. It's all new. It's just been rented out for 6 months now. So now it's been 6 months, and everything's starting to come back to normal now. So I'm getting rent from there now. I wasn't getting any rent from there for over 2 years.
Yeah.
And so now I'm getting rent from there. Everything's coming back to normal. Now I gotta fix the place up and keep it, or just try to sell it as it is. So
okay.
I was just like, it's a lot easier just not having that place in my head. And to sell it than the virus hit. So it was right when he put it up the same time that it hit, so nobody ever got to look at it. It was the virus already started.
Right. And who knows when this is really going to be over, because it's still going on, really. So, yeah, it's making it tough to do a lot of things that can't do remotely.
Right before that hit, that's what they were selling for.
Okay. Gonna take a closer look at it. I'm definitely interested. I got a chance to peek at it, so I can definitely run some numbers off of that and figure out something.
And that upstairs apartment's pretty big.
Yeah, it's definitely big, especially if you look at it from the back.
The second floor got 2 big bedrooms. There's a big bedroom downstairs and a big living room and that big kitchen.
Now, is there any roofing damage or any foundation issues? None?
I had it coated. I had the roof coated. I'm pretty good with the roof coatings.
Oh, okay.
I think it's every 3 years they coat it, so I always get them all coated.
All right. Yeah, that's good.
I could even have you call a roofer that tell you that he coats them for me every 2 or 3 years. So.
No, I believe you. Just wanted to make sure that it wasn't anything major I might have to replace or anything like that. But yeah, definitely gonna take a look at it. Probably gonna give you a call back tomorrow morning if you're gonna be around. And,
I'm not going anywhere. I'm in Northside every day working.
All right, cool. And this is your best number, right? Best contact number?
Yeah, oh yeah. That's pretty much the only number.
Okay. Yeah, because I believe I was talking with your son last night and he gave me your number.
Yeah, he told me.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. I appreciate the call, Chris. I'll definitely reach back out tomorrow and let you know what I can do. All right. Stay safe.
How about you too?
All right. Later. So this guy Chris has a duplex that's on the market right now, and it's a crazy coincidence because as he called me, I was just driving past the property. The door is open, so I got a chance to take a peek at it. Went inside. He didn't even know if it was anyone living in the property, but I went in, seeing that it was open, and then here comes a guy walking in the property. I asked him if he lived there, and I was on the phone with the owner at the same time. So property doesn't need as much work as I thought it did. Looks like just cosmetic stuff from the inside. The outside looks like it's gonna need a little bit more work, but it's nothing. I'm gonna create an offer and I'm gonna send it to him. He really just wants to get rid of the property. He can't handle the repairs, and it hasn't been cash flowing for a long time. So I'm gonna figure this out, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.